Thank you guys for coming. So some introductions. My name is Cory Towler. I've been in the Charleston area for about 10 years now. Went to CS Charleston Southern University. I know these two gentlemen from college, Justin and Jeremiah, good friends of mine. And there's a lot that God taught me in college. One was the importance of building friendships. But as we all know, when we get out of college, a lot of those friendships tend to fall by the wayside. And we're not as intent. It's not as easy to build friendships, especially when we have families. And but I went to CSU. I was the creative director at Jeff Cook Real Estate for about 5 years. I ran all of his billboard advertising, and then went to a marketing firm for another 3 years, and then got let go back in 2023. And decided enough was enough. I've been in the marketing business for over 12 years at that point, and I was like, I'm going to start my own thing. So I started my company, Offset Digital, just an SEO and web design firm here in the area. And the Lord has blessed me beyond belief. There's been a few things that the Lord has kind of taught me over the years, and there's specifically a few things that I've consistently struggled with in my I'd say like the most recent years, probably like the last 5-6 years, is one, losing my hair. That was quite the realization that I'm getting old. The thinning, it sounds funny, and it is funny, but at the same time, my hair was everything to me. Like, it was such how am I presented to other people? Are women gonna like me? I felt so vulnerable when I started losing it. Never getting enough sleep, never taking enough time to slow down. Stressed about money, I'm sure we can all relate to that. Emotionally connecting with my wife, that has been very difficult because I've always been someone that just does life on my own. And then being a part of a community of solid men. And every single one of those struggles has been it's been the Lord kind of teaching me in those moments. For one, it was, when I was losing my hair, the Lord was saying, hey, it's not about what you look like, it's about what you're doing for my kingdom. How are you building relationships with others? Don't worry about what others think of you. And the moment I shaved my head, I felt this weight lifted off my shoulders, and the Lord saying, okay, good, let's get to work. And I don't care at this point, I don't care. I'd rather have someone judge me based on the relationships that I'm building with them and the intentionality there than what I look like. And never getting enough sleep, that is my own fault. I play too many video games and I watch too much TV. And the Lord has been trying to teach me, hey, you need to slow down, you need to sleep, you need to rest. And if you don't, you're going to suffer. Your marriage is going to suffer. And then the other thing is stressed about money. The Lord has continuously come through for me in those regards. Every time I've felt like things are too close to the chest, the Lord has said, trust me. Just trust me in this. Let me tithe. Just keep tithing. And I have never gone without a meal. I have never gone without paying the bills. And I just know that is the Lord continuously saying, hey, I'm here. Just let me work. And being a part of a community of good men, everything I think comes back to that. Every time that I'm going through something, for as long as I can remember, it's been, I think Satan's just been, you have to do this alone. You don't get other people involved. You're the only one that struggles with this. You're the only one. It's just you, dude. You'd embarrass yourself if you talked about the shit you're going through. And the Lord has continuously said you need to get a part of a group, whether it's in the church. I've got a lot of church hurt from the past, or leading small groups, but. It has been a blessing from the Lord that Warren has moved back to the East Coast, and I could be a part of something like this, because I'll say the last 4 or 5 months have been some of the most encouraging and uplifting moments in my life, because for the last 4 years with my wife, and then the last 7 since 6-7 I've been out of college. I try to stay connected with my friends and build relationships, but having a core group of guys together, I can't tell you how much that has helped me just to realize that we're not all in this alone. The Lord there's a reason that he had his disciples. There's a reason these shows like Band of Brothers are so powerful, even though that's just, a lot of that showbiz, but for you veterans, you know how important those brothers were that you served with. And I thank you for your service, but everything goes back to, are we building relationships with those that matter most, and are we willing to be vulnerable enough to set aside our own pride and to say, enough's enough. Lord, please work through me. Use my testimony as a powerful example to, share with others, and let's build a strong community together. And, we don't have to be alone. We really don't. And I'll tell you, life is a lot easier when you got a bunch of brothers at your side that have been through that. So that's just a quick little bit from me, but thank you guys for coming. It means the world.